we already know Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're going to do extremely well. But with altcoins, you can possibly go up 400%. You can get that return if you invest in the right coin based on a use case.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of Rookie Mondays. Today we will be discussing one of the most exciting parts about crypto, altcoins.
Yep.
Altcoins, man, because we've seen altcoins go up literally hundreds, thousands of percent at a time sometimes. So I want to talk to people about some of the best altcoins that's coming for 2022.
Yep.
But before we talk about that, what is an altcoin?
All right, so very simple, right? There's different sources that come up with different information. You have some sources saying altcoins are essentially anything that's not named Bitcoin, right? Then you have other sources saying altcoins are anything not named Bitcoin or Ethereum. So we've already explained to you guys what Bitcoin and Ethereum is, right? But in a very simple fashion, anything that's not Bitcoin or Ethereum can be considered an altcoin, right? So now that you guys understand that, let's talk about what coins we like in 2022. So let's kick it off.
Yeah, so let's kick it off with, I'll say Solana and I'll say Avalanche.
Yep.
All right, I like those because they're very similar to Ethereum. And if you don't know what Ethereum is, please check out last week's video. Now, I know these are some of your favorite too.
Yeah, for sure. So it's funny, right? Because we had a whole debate, Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And off camera, it actually was like a 45-minute conversation where it was like a debate. And it got super heated.
Definitely
right?
heated.
But honestly, when you really break it down, I'm a huge fan of Ethereum because I think the technology part is so dope, right? However, with technology, there's always ways to make it better. That's why Avalanche and Solana come in. So those two are great competitors to Ethereum because, one, they have lower gas fees, right? Now, what is a gas fee? Essentially, when you're on Ethereum's platform and you're doing a lot of transactions, you have to pay a transaction fee, which could be considered a gas fee, that's on Ethereum's network. And that fee is a lot higher than what Solana and Avalanche offer on their network. So that's one advantage.
So it's cheaper. They're cheaper alternatives.
Exactly. Very cheap. And two, they're actually able to have a lot faster transactions within the second. So you're able to get, like, I think Avalanche is like 4,500 transactions can be done within the second. Whereas Ethereum, that's not the case, right? So that's the second benefit. And third, both of those coins are definitely, I believe, at the time this recording, top 10. I'm just going to say safely top 15 coins in the actual cryptocurrency world. So, they're safe. So those are two coins that we really like.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, I love those so much. But I actually want to get into the next one, Decentraland.
Yep.
I love Decentraland.
That's a great one.
Yeah, because it's like the top metaverse platform in the crypto space.
For sure.
And so metaverses, we're going to talk about what a metaverse is next week.
Yeah.
So please stick around for that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So without getting into the details of it, because that's for next week.
Yeah.
Just to say, metaverse is a virtual world.
The most simple format.
It's a virtual world. You're going to have an avatar. Your avatar is going to walk around in the world.
It's literally Fortnite or Sims for those who played it.
Yeah,
that's really what it is, honestly.
Exactly. And so there's different metaverse platforms. And Decentraland is the leading metaverse platform in the crypto space.
Yep.
Them, and I would also say Sandbox. That's another one you could look into. Sandbox. And so Sandbox is more gaming focused.
Yep.
Like in their metaverse, they have a lot of games, and your avatar could play in these games, etc., etc. And so you actually earn money to play games in Sandbox.
See, it's the way I like to think about it is for people who have 2K competitions and Madden competitions, you get paid in dollars. In this world, you're using Sandbox. You're in that metaverse. You're just getting paid in sand, which is the actual token, right?
Yes.
So that's a dope part about it. And even with Decentraland, Mana is the actual token. So just think about it, right? You're in your own virtual reality world.
Yeah.
And you get to actually use Mana or Sand, which is the token, in that world. So it's the value will go up if the actual metaverse is taking off. And we already know right now, if you've been looking at the news, you've been following Back Talk, the metaverse is definitely a future that we're going to have to get used to.
Absolutely, and I love that you brought that up because it's like when you're in this world, you're going to want to buy items. I mean, your avatar can be looking bad out here. You're going to have to get into some of these higher design items. And the thing is, you have to use Mana, which is their token, as we said, to purchase it. And so look at what just happened recently, bro. There was a whole fashion week that took place in Decentraland. Where these high-end companies like Balenciaga, for example, was in this fashion week that was put on Decentraland's platform.
Yeah.
And so they're actually advertising their virtual products. Virtual products from these high-end brands.
Which is crazy, right? Because I've always said it, and this is another debate we've had off camera before, but like, I always thought it was silly. I'm like, virtual reality, that's so silly. But when you really just sit back for a second, we've been in the virtual reality world forever, right? Like, obviously you guys know this already, but we're basketball fans, right? So we play 2K. When you think about it, like VR, or VC, I'm sorry, like virtual currency is what people used in 2K to build their character, like to buy all this drip, to buy all like the Jordans, to buy like the wristbands.
Buy skills.
Yeah, buy skills, right? Same thing happened in Madden, same thing happened in Fortnite, same thing happened in Sims back in like 2008, essentially. Yeah. So we've been a part of this world forever. So I thought it was silly, but now you see big brands that we just talked about getting involved. It shows how the actual use case is there.
The use case is there. And then so if I know the metaverse is a part of the future, I'm going to go to the top metaverse platforms. And that's why I said Decentraland and Sandbox.
Exactly. So before we continue, right, what you got to do right now is please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel already, and hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you do not want to miss them. All right. So let's just continue with altcoins, bro. Let's talk about the other ones.
Yeah. So first, to understand the next one, you have to understand what a smart contract is. So please break down for the people exactly what a smart contract is.
Yeah, got you. So this is the funny part about smart contracts. Everything is smart now. You got like smart TVs, you got smart phones. I think you mentioned smart fridges. Like everything's crazy now. But smart contract is essentially just removing the middleman, right? Like the human interaction is not really needed anymore. So essentially you have a contract and it follows like an if-then statement, right? So it's self-executed. So essentially on the contract, it has details written out and it'll be like, yo, if Terrell actually does this task, then he gets rewarded in whatever the details were of the contract.
Which is usually that currency.
Exactly. So like, yo, if Terrell goes and, does a bunch of research on Bad Talk, then he will get rewarded $20, right? And then that transaction happens by itself because the smart contract is self-executed in the most simple format.
Yeah, that's amazing. Exactly. Thank you for explaining that. So first of all, lawyers, you better watch out.
Yeah, facts, honestly.
You know what I'm saying? Smart contracts is coming to replace your job in some sense.
Facts.
For example. But anyways, so yes, if you now know what smart contracts are, you should look into Chainlink.
Yep.
Chainlink. So what is Chainlink? Basically, it's an Oracle network. What are oracles? Oracles are what bring real world information to your smart contracts.
Yep.
Okay, so for example, you said if Terrell does research for Bag Talk.
Yep.
Okay, how the heck is a smart contract supposed to know that I did research for Bag Talk? That's where oracles come in. So Chainlink is a Oracle network. So there's different oracles or like computers all around the world, people, etc., that are bringing the information like, yo, Terrell did the research, Terrell did the research, Terrell did the research. You got people verifying it. Did he do it? Yeah, he did it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that they do is they take that information and they tell the smart contract, yo, Terrell did the research. And then it can execute. Now I get paid.
And there's like 2 parts that, just in case you missed it, right? So there's 2 parts. You have one part of people who are delivering the information, then you have people verifying the information. So both sides are covered extremely well. So like people, this is actually used really well for like sports betting right now, right? We know in New York that's going crazy, but like if LeBron scores 25 points, then I win $100.
Yep.
That is self-executed in the smart contract world using Oracle, which is, once again, we just talked about the whole Chainlink technology, right? Yeah. Same thing with weather, same thing with even investing, y'all. Yep. Like stock financial literacy, stock prices, all that is going to be done in real time, which is so crazy. Because when you think about it, y'all, right, that's the beauty behind altcoins. I'm sorry. It's like, we already know Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're going to do extremely well. But with altcoins, you can possibly go up 400%. You can get that return if you invest in the right coin based on a use case. And in the next bull market that's coming up, you can see those returns.
Definitely. So, it's funny, you talked about like people bringing information and verifying information with these oracles. Just so you know, people are not doing this for no reason. Yeah. They get rewarded in Link, which is the currency for Chainlink. Yep. So remember, we talked about how Decentraland, they have their currency Mana. Sandbox has Sand. Ethereum has ETH. Okay, for Chainlink, they have Link. So the people that are bringing the information to these smart contracts, they get paid in Link. Yep.
In the most simple format, everything has to have a currency around it so it actually increases the value, right? So I believe that's 4 things we've given you. I think you want to talk about one more. This one I think is actually extremely cool. So like the network part of it, Internet of Things, if you like that stuff, you're going to like this one.
Yeah, for real. So you should definitely look into something called Helium.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need helium? Think about it. Okay. Over the next 5 years, over 75 billion devices will be interacting with each other, and therefore they need internet for that.
Yep.
Okay. So how do we do that? Here comes Helium.
Mm-hmm.
They provide internet for basically everybody, everywhere.
Yeah, it's like a hotspot everywhere around you.
Exactly. So, people will be like, dang, you got the Wi-Fi? Nah, you don't even need that no more. You're just saying there's a hotspot everywhere for you. So what Helium Network does is, say you purchase the software, whatever you need to mine I'm trying to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to, bring this network to fruition,
mm-hmm.
right? So I have a hotspot here. Person over there has a hotspot. Person over there has a hotspot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this whole area is covered. All right, so now these devices will now get their internet connection.
Yeah, honestly, the best way to think about it is like you have your own personal hotspot. That's way cheaper than actually going to like the Verizon and the AT&Ts. And now with Helium, it's like, once you said, right, you already said, you get incentivized to actually have this network and to actually provide other people with the hotspot, with the internet. So that's the beauty behind Helium. Everyone in the world can have Wi-Fi. If I provide that to you, now I get actual ETH.
HNT.
HNT, I'm sorry.
That's their currency, the HNT.
Exactly. So I think that's super cool because, you're actually, once again, solving an actual problem.
Yeah.
And then when you solve problems, and, you provide that solution, it's dope. That's exactly what Elon Musk does, right? Like,
exactly.
With Tesla, he solves a problem, which is amazing.
They literally call it the people's network,
mm-hmm.
the Helium network, because it's for the people. Everybody can get this internet connection now. All these devices, we talk about Internet of Things, smart everything, smart fridges, smart
mm-hmm.
TVs, smart this and that. They're going to actually communicate with each other, these smart devices.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need connection.
Yeah.
Helium will provide that. I think that's a game changer, man.
No, for
and
sure.
That's the thing with these altcoins, bro. Industry changes are the ones that go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to peep how we're bringing up things that will literally change the way that we use technology today.
Yeah, and that was a part of like the whole conversation with Bitcoin versus Ethereum. It all comes down to use case, in my opinion. I think you agree, right? Like, I think use case is very important, and that's the whole debate that we had essentially. But honestly, like, if you have a use case, you're gonna have a great product, and that's what would help you solve an actual problem, right? So that's where it all comes down to. But hopefully, we just gave you a bunch of different coins that could hopefully go to the moon in 2022, right? So if you like what you're hearing right now, once again, please like, comment, and subscribe to what we're saying. Also hit that notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you do not want to miss them, all right? So if you're still listening, thank you very much. We will be dropping a video on Wednesday talking about a bunch of cool stuff, so make sure you check that out. But until then, peace.
Peace.